Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to six, and the general manager of Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealer in the United States of America. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Today is Friday, September 14th, 2018. The first and last time it will ever be Friday, September 14th, 2018. So we need to make sure to make the best of this incredible day. And man, let me tell you, I am extra thankful, over the top thankful for this gorgeous day that we have ahead of us today. Now, we were supposed to have my man Dave Benson on the show with us today. Dave was going to join us, but he was hopping around at all these hustle houses over in Orlando yesterday. Basically, he was out there, he was checking out the menu, he was making sure everything is cool for Hustle and Grind Con that we've got coming up October 8th and 9th. Yes, October 8th and 9th. We've got Hustle and GrindCon coming up, and it's going to be incredible and over the top. So he was hopping around, checking out all the different hustle houses, the places that everybody's going to get to stay, you know, all that good stuff. He was checking all that out, and in doing so, he got back super late from from Orlando. And so because he got back super late, he was not able to join us on the show today. But that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about a little experience that I had yesterday. Anyway, we're going to get a little bit vulnerable today. And actually, let me do this real quick. We are giving away tickets to the Hustle and Grind Con. So today's winner is my man Keith. My man Keith will be today's winner of our ticket. He'll be going to Hustle and Grind Con with us. Keith, congratulations, my man. Good morning. All right, so check it out. Yesterday, I spent a few hours in the emergency room. Yes. That's me in the emergency room, and I got to tell you, I am 100% okay. There is nothing to worry about. There's nothing anybody's got to worry about. I am 100% A-okay, but I did spend a couple hours in the emergency room yesterday, and so I am going to dive into what happened. I'm going to dive into that a little bit. I'm going to dive into what I learned from that entire experience. I'm going to get a little bit vulnerable with you today. But first, before I do, you know what we got to do? We got to dance, folks. We got to dance. Check it out, my friends. This is the part of the show where we do a little chair dancing. We get the energy going a little bit. We get our body shaking, right? Maybe a little snap even. Maybe a little snap, right? This is also the part of the show where we're going to hit that share button. You guys have been doing great on the shares, man. You've been hitting lots of shares. I need you to hit that share button because I truly believe that if we can change the way people start the day, we can make an impact on this planet. So by hitting that share button, you just might change someone's day. This is also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you, and I need you to say good morning to me. So make sure you say good morning in the comments so I can see you. Just like my friend Doris, who said good morning. Good morning, Ron Williams and Jeffrey Lee Parton. Good morning, Aaron Jones and Mr. Melvin Rodriguez. Good morning, Christopher Campbell and Sterling Leach. What's up, Sterling? The Silver's car salesman. I love him. Good morning, Ray Hatcher and Carrie Osborne. Good morning, Miss Pam Biddle. It's great to see you. Good morning, Christopher Campbell and Laura Berman. I love the Bermans. Golly, I can't wait to see them at Hustle and GrindCon. It's going to be amazing. Good morning, Nakia Smith. It's a pleasure to see you. Vicky Everett and Donnie Grady. What's up, Tom Sizemore? Janelle Griego. My man, Robbie Toomey in the house. Good morning, Liza. It's such a pleasure. Good morning, Gail and Jeff Baker. My man, Josh. Good morning, Ricky Miller and Lynn Terrell, Amanda Renee, Jeremy Nelson, Erica White, Kurt Whiteside. Yeah, Whiteside. Isaac's in here, David's in here, Stephanie's in here, everybody's up in here. hit the share button. It's going to be a great day. Let's roll. David Hunt said, I'm watching. What's up, David Hunt? Pleasure to see you, my friend. All right, cool. Whew. My chest feels a little crazy. So basically, let me give you the breakdown. Basically what happened is about 18 days ago, I guess 18, 19 days ago, somewhere around there, I decided to quit smoking. And I did that. And so decided to quit smoking, and I started to feel like heartburn. I started to get heartburn and stuff, which is not something I ever got before in my life. Like, it was just not a part of my deal. So I started getting like heartburn and things like that. And I figured there was just things like waking up, in my chest, things that have been dormant and asleep for a long time. But that started to escalate, started to become like a shortness of breath. It started to become really like sore, like literally my chest became sore to the touch on the outside and in my back. I would start to feel some pain in my back, and it just kind of started to grow. So as the pain started to increase and the shortness of breath started to increase, and it hurt to like cough and it hurt to sneeze and things like that, as those things started to happen, my wife kind of started to lean on me to call the doctor. So at first I was kind of like, whatever, it's no big deal. I'm just going through some changes. Then I started to notice some kind of numbness and some tingling in my arms. And so I did call and talk to the doctor, and the doctor was like, bro, you got to go to the the emergency room. And those of you, I got to tell you guys, I have not called in sick at work in 7.5 years. I'm just the epitome of health. I'm always healthy. I don't do ERs. I don't do any of that stuff. But in this particular case, my wife was like, dude, you cannot widow me with 5 kids and number 6 on the way. So you got to go. So I was like, all right, cool. So I went to the emergency room, and they ran a bunch of tests on me. They did EKGs, and they took a picture of my heart, and they did all this stuff, and all the tests came back, and I am good to go. I am 100% good to go. But it looks like I have something called pleuritis. You guys ever seen pleuritis? There's something called pleuritis, is what it looks like, which is just an inflammation of all this stuff going on up here. It makes it really hard to breathe. Things are painful, so on and so forth. But I will get through it. I will get over it. It just takes a little bit of time, right? My body's just going through some changes. So that's kind of what happened. So left the emergency room after a few hours, went back to work. But I will tell you, mostly it was just kind of an inconvenience more than anything. But I learned quite a few things along the way. I really did. I learned quite a few things, and I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable with you guys today as I share that. I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable. And speaking of vulnerable, have you guys seen those shopping cart challenges? There are some people, I don't know if you guys can all see them. I think it's only in Sales Hustlers group. I'm not sure. But there are some people that are going out and pushing shopping carts, turning their phone on, going live, and being really, really vulnerable and sharing some things and getting some things off their chest that is very therapeutic. It's really neat. If you haven't seen any of those, you should check them out. Megan Saxey did one, and Chelsea Combs did one, and there's quite a few people that have done these challenges. They're really interesting, but I'm going to get vulnerable with you guys today. So back to what I learned yesterday, not just from the ER, but I really had a big day yesterday as far as educationally. You see, yesterday morning, I spent some time talking to my friend Darian Sanders, right? Darian Sanders is what I call my Jesus dude. That's what I call him. I call Darian Sanders my Jesus dude. And after talking to him, I talked with him for 45 minutes yesterday and just kind of got real open and honest with him. I told him about all the stresses and the things that I worry about at work, and I told him about my stresses and things that I worry about with my family. I told him about stresses and the things that I worry about as far as my goals and my destiny and all of that stuff. And so I shared, and he gave me a list, man. Like, me and this guy talked for 45 minutes, and he gave me a list, and he smacked me right in the face with some Bible stories and some biblical principles. And when I got off the phone, I felt so much better, man. I just felt so much better. I had like clarity, right? Like a path, like direction, like, okay, if I do this and then this and then this, or I need to do this and then this and then this. And so yesterday I realized something, and I want to share it with all of you guys today. Yesterday I realized that it's really important in your life, and we're going to have a list of 4 things today. So if you want to take notes, we got 4 things, but it's really important in your life that you have a Jesus dude. Okay? Seriously, it is really, really important that you have a Jesus dude. Like, I can't tell you what an asset it is for me to have a Jesus dude. I just call him. I call him whenever I have spiritual questions. I call him whenever I have. And this kid's 7 years younger than me, right? Darian is 7 years younger than me, but he has so much wisdom and so much knowledge because he's in the Word every single day. He's in the Bible every single day. He's helping people. He's educating people on get more in tune with their spiritual side, right? He's just a Jesus dude. And he's a really cool Jesus dude. He's not a judgmental Jesus dude. He doesn't tell me like that I'm a bad person or anything like that. He just uses spiritual wisdom, and it's awesome. It's so cool. So I did want to share that with you guys this morning. You got to get yourself a Jesus dude, because I needed mine yesterday, and I poured my heart out into him, and he gave me some guidance, and he straightened me up, and he helped clear my head. And sometimes it gets so crazy in here, and you just need somebody to smack you in the face, you know? Sometimes you just got to get smacked in the face. And Darian did that for me yesterday. It was awesome. It was awesome. So then I had another really interesting experience yesterday. I posted this picture on my timeline yesterday and asked what you guys saw. And a lot of people saw different things, but a lot of people saw the same thing I saw, which in this picture, what I see is I see a face, and I see a thorned ring around his head. I see a mouth and a nose and an eye, and it's like half a face. It's like it's kind of peeking around the rock. I see that, and then I see, I can't think of the word, but around the head there at the top, I see like a thorned, wreath or whatever you want to call it. So, anyways, in that picture, I see Jesus, man. That's what I see. And so it's really strange because where I saw that is yesterday morning in my shower. Yesterday morning in my shower, in the tile, I was sitting there taking a shower, and I look over, and it's right there, prominent, right there at like just under eye level on the right-hand side. There's that picture, right? And it looks like I'm being watched, and I felt like I was being watched. And what's interesting is for 5 years, I've taken showers in that shower, dude. For 5 years, I've taken a shower in that shower, and I've never before seen that. Never before have I seen that clear face. It clearly looks like a face to me. But never before have I seen it. And so I saw it yesterday, and I felt safe, even though I had these things going on in my chest, and even though I was in pain, I felt safe. And I just felt like, after talking to Darian and him giving me a list, feeling kind of these things in my chest, I just felt like it was him saying, hey, bro, by the way, like, I'm listening. I'm watching. I'm protecting. Right? I'm listening. I'm watching. And I'm protecting. Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't want to cough in you guys' ear. And so the second note that I want to share with you today is I want you to know something. God is aware of everything that is going on in your life. He is 100% aware of everything that is going on in your life, in my life. He's there, man. He's there. He's watching. He's a part of it. He understands. You might not understand it. You might not get it. I didn't know what the heck is going on with me. I've got things going on, like I'm losing patience in some areas. I'm struggling in some areas. And so just knowing that he's there makes me feel better. And I want you to know that he's there too. So I went to work. And when I got to work, Josh Cummins was in the lane, right? Josh Cummins was in the lane first thing in the morning. He's trying to figure out some stuff with our liquid diamond process, so he was there early. And so I waited until 9 o'clock. I had to wait until the doctor's office was open. So I waited till 9 o'clock, and I called and told him what was kind of going on. And then I called him back a few minutes later, told him I kind of had some numbness and stuff. And they sent me immediately to the ER. And so I called my wife. And she had told me I wasn't allowed to widow her, and so that, I couldn't leave her without a kid. She's like, you ain't leaving me with all these dang kids. She loves me, but I know what she was really thinking. She's like, I ain't doing this alone. So she didn't want me to widow her. I couldn't really tell my mom, right? I couldn't tell my mom because I didn't want my mom to freak out about it. I love my mom to death, and I put her through so much. And if it was going to be nothing, I didn't want to worry her because my mom loves me so deeply that she worries about me even when I'm healthy, So, and it was interesting because I drove like slowly, right? You would think that you would drive in a hurry when you're in this situation, but I drove real slowly. I drove slowly. I talked to my sister. I jumped on the phone. I talked to my sister for a long time, and I just kind of thought about my life. I kind of looked around, like I looked around at the grass and the trees, and I appreciated the vehicle that I was driving. It's crazy, right? Like everything else kind of went away. All of these worries that I had, these things that I was impatient about, these concerns that I had with the dealership, these concerns that I had with my family, these concerns, like all of these things just kind of fell off, Like they just kind of fell off. It just kind of rolled off my shoulders, and I was just thinking about this wonderful thing called life. I was just thinking about how much more I want to still live. Just thinking like there's so much I haven't done yet. So many lives I still haven't touched. So many lives I want to impact. So much I still want to do on this planet. And so, everything kind of went away, and one predominant thought came through. One predominant thought just kept going through my mind. And that was that I want to live, man. I want to live, and I want to share that with you guys today because we are here to live our lives. That's why we're here, to live our lives. We are not here to just go through the motions. We are not here to dwell on the little things. We are not here to fight and pick and argue and be divided and focus on negativity. That's not why we're here, dude. It's not why we're here. We're here to live this life the best way that we can possibly live it. It is abundant, and it is full, and there is so much out there for us to experience and so much left for us all to do, right? And see, when you're not sure about tomorrow, that's when today becomes so much more valuable. But why do we have to reach that point? Why do we have to have the threat of loss before we can appreciate what we have today? I'm sorry, man. My chest is all flared up. I'm going to get through this, though. Listen. This day is valuable. This day is valuable. This life is valuable. Today is Friday, September 14th, 2018, man. And we all made it. We all made it to today. And there ain't no guarantee of that tomorrow, man. Not trying to be a Debbie Downer or nothing like that. I'm just saying it's truth. It's truth. So we got to make the best of it. We got to make sure that we are living our lives. I need you to live your life, the best life that you can live. So I went back to work after spending the time, in the ER. This guy right here, they had me all EKG'd up, stuck to all this stuff. It was kind of nice, though. I took a little nap at one point while I was waiting for the doctors, and I got a bunch of work done on my emails. So that was cool, right? Like I got to catch up on emails. I never get to do that. But anyways, so after all that, I got back to work. And Josh had found a list of, things that need work in the dealership, man, areas that we can improve and some things that he had found. That's why he was there early in the lane. He was just trying to figure out some different experiences, how they could be better for our customers, because that's what Josh Cummins does. He's just a servant leader, and he's always trying to make things better. And so he was out there, and he gave me this list, right? So many areas that I personally can be better. So many areas, so many ways that I can grow. So many ways that the dealership can get so much better. And I realized in that moment as he was giving given me just this list, and he was so kind about it. That's Josh is incredibly kind, and you could tell he was definitely perturbed. He was irritated because there's so many areas that we need to grow and so many things that I could be doing better for the dealership. And so he's giving me this list, and at first your natural inclination when people are giving you areas of growth is you want to get defensive, right? You want to you don't want to hear that stuff. But instead, yesterday, because of my experiences, I just wanted to soak it all in, man. Tell me, how can I get better? How can I push? Because, see, I realize that I have to take my own advice. I tell people all the time, and this is number 4, folks, you are most comfortable right before death. You are most comfortable right before death, and I cannot allow myself to get comfortable, and you cannot allow yourself to get comfortable either. There are too many people's lives that depend on it. My team depends on me. My family depends on me. My Rise and Grind crew depends on me, and there are people that are depending on you today, tomorrow, and in the future. And when we start to get comfortable, when we start to think we've made it, when we start to think we have nowhere to go and nowhere to grow, we get most comfortable right before death, my friends. And if you're not ready to die yet, if you're anything like me and you want to keep pushing, then you've got to stay uncomfortable. You got to find areas that you can grow, areas that you can improve, and you have to make sure that you have people in your life that will point those things out and say, yo, bro, you can do better. Yo, sister, keep on pushing it. Yo, let's go. We gotta live this life. We only get one shot at making it the best life that it can possibly be. So today, I want you to remember that it's really important that you have a Jesus dude. You gotta have a Jesus dude to talk to you, man. It's really important. Get yourself a Jesus dude. You also need to know that God is aware. He's watching. He's protecting. He's there. He knows all the things that you've got going on in your life. He knows. He's there, dude. Just be patient. He'll give you the answers that you need. He's going to guide you. He's going to get you in the right places at the right time. It's what he does. He's there. He's watching. Also, please make sure that you are living your absolute best life, man. Live this life. Embrace it. Check it. Take a look around, man. Look at the trees, look at the flowers, look at the people that are in your life, look at the way that you are loved, look at the abundance, look at the opportunities. Look around, man. In this world, it's so easy to see the negatives, the glass half empty, but I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Make sure you're living your best life. And lastly, I want you to stay uncomfortable, folks. Stay uncomfortable. Keep pushing to get better. I'm going to be a better dad. You can be a better dad or a better mom. I'm going to be a better husband. You can be a better husband or a better wife or a better girlfriend or a better boyfriend. I'm going to be a better employee for Dan Cummins. You can be a better employee for whatever company it is that you work for. I am going to be better spiritually. I'm going to get more into the Word. I'm going to talk to my Jesus dude more often. You can get better spiritually. We only get one chance at this thing called life, folks. So I want you to go out there and live it. Because, see, you have to understand that you are this incredibly amazing human being, uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the absolute best version of you that you can possibly be. And so you've made some good decisions already. You're watching hashtag Rise and Grind. You're part of a group and you're putting these posts out there, all this positivity, right? You're putting these awesome videos and these awesome posts, and you're encouraging and lifting up others. You're coming together in community, and it's making an impact. It's making an impact on your friends. It's making an impact on your family members. It's making an impact on your life. It's making an impact on my life. And I, for one, I absolutely love you for it. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely love you. So go out there and make today one of the best days of your entire stinking life. Live it up, folks. Live it up. God gave us this gift. We need to unwrap it and make the best of it. Listen, if you need more videos, go to GlennLundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear just like this, go to GlennLundy.com. If you haven't got your tickets yet to Hustle and Grind Con in Orlando, you need to go to GlennLundy.com. You got to get your tickets, man. You got to be there. It's going to be incredible. You got to do it. And then most importantly, will you do me a favor? Make sure you hit that share button because you just might change the way someone starts their day. Make sure you hit that share button and then come back here tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. as we do it all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind.